dialed in
to Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
you can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use
smarts of these
because
studs.
they know the brews.
And they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
And save yourself some
Beer money, bucks,
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks
and
brews.
brews.
Bucks and Brews.
Welcome back to Bucks and Brews. While Nick gets
Finish
a little bit of dinner here in, I'm going to talk about what I am drinking tonight. Nick, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, kind of, sort of, not. I don't know. So I had bought some really fun stuff for tonight, and I decided I don't know if I can taste great.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go with Manger's Irish Cider Pear, because I've had that before and I like it. And then Mike brought up some of these Highland Brewing Gaelic ales, so I'm gonna try one of those because I've not tried it yet.
Nice.
And that's what I'm going to do tonight. What do you have, my friend? And by the way, I'm opening this with the tried and true Bucks and Brews bottle opener.
Bucks and Brews, baby. So I stopped in at a local, I don't know, like a craft brew store.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it like a party store because it's not. They did actually have tall cans of Bud Light, which is the weirdest thing I've ever seen them have.
Yeah, but they're like high quality.
Yeah. So I have a Mad Farmer from Detroit, 4-berry pie cider. Hard cider with cherries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries.
I want to say I've had that and I like it.
I think we have had it. I don't know. Cookie Exchange. It's a milk stout from Great Lakes Brewing. Oh, all right.
That sounds good.
I didn't realize it was from Great Lakes, which is Holland, Michigan here.
Yes.
And then Dew Claw Brewing, the Pastryarchy, 3 scoops Neapolitan stout. Because I've had Neapolitan from who makes the Neapolitan?
Is it New Holland
Is it?
or is it Big Lake? It's one of the
Yeah.
ones on Lake Michigan.
Yeah. But yeah, they have a Neapolitan milk stout or whatever. And I was like, oh, this isn't the same company. So no, it's
I had-
Saugatuck Brewing has
That's it,
Neapolitan.
yeah.
Yep, sorry.
I said it was somewhere on the list.
Sick. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I've had Pastryarchy before, but not that flavor Pastryarchy.
Okay.
So
Really excited. Actually, you know what?
Hmm.
You'd be sad. They actually had the 7-layer
yeah,
again that I had. I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab that. And I was like, no, I want to do things that I haven't had.
I agree.
And at $5 is $6 a can. I was like, I'll give. Granted, this was $6, $4 actually. So, I don't know. I was like, I want to do things that I haven't had. Like, I know I love that, right?
3 of the beers I bought from Rishi's
Yeah.
were flavored from Kentucky bourbon barreled stouts.
Okay.
And 2 of them I paid $5 for each.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, oh, I got to take these. And then of course I wasn't sure how I was feeling, so I was like, nah, Nick's gonna want to taste these. I'm not
Yeah.
wasting this shit.
And sorry, I poured that one into my cup, and I'm actually gonna start with my cider, so that way I can go into the darker.
That's
things.
very good.
Good.
I did not touch that, so you can still drink it.
See, tonight,
I have a name for tonight's episode.
let's hear it.
Banks suck and healthcare sucks.
That's a fact.
We're both having a fucking week.
But dude, it's starting that way. To start out, I'm an old guy, so I got scammed, of course, right? So I find a Nintendo Switch online. It's $200, and I'm driving back from Texas.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, great. So, guys like, hey, I'll take Cash App. And I was like, great, that'll be easier. I don't have to pay you. So I pay part of the way, and it denies the second half or whatever. It's just like, hey, 5 hours later, I pay it. Guy keeps in communication for 3 days, 4 days. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm a truck driver. My wife will get it. Yeah. So basically at the end of the day, I'm out $200.
Right.
Go to my bank, was like, hey, got scammed. Here's all this. Week later, 2 weeks later, they're like, which mind you, so that made me have to lose my debit card.
Mhm.
So I didn't have that. So I'm carrying about a bunch of cash in my pocket. And then at the end of the day, I get a letter that says, hey, we see no negligence of the company that you bought from, blah, blah, blah. Like, go after yourself on the $200. And I was like, wow, all right, that's how you're gonna treat me. Like, cool. I'm so glad I'm backed by nothing. So
Yeah, that's bullshit.
frustrating. So, and you'd mentioned, hey, are you gonna take money out? And yeah, I mean, I will. I have to get through a few things quick, and then I will pull my money and go to another bank because I mean, how many times have we talked about Flagstar?
So many
And
fucking
how many times am I frustrated with them?
Well, I mean, when I had National City, it was the same fucking bullshit.
Yep.
Like I remember I put money in the ATM on a Saturday and it was cash.
Yep. It
And
wasn't available till Monday.
it wasn't available until Tuesday.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Because they said it could take up to 2 fucking days. Bullshit. You're open on fucking Monday. I
Yep.
paid bills on Monday and it bounced all over fucking town and I got fees.
Well, Lake Michigan's still like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like that's why Courtney, she's like, oh, go. I'm like, no, I'm not going there. Like, if I put cash in, I need that cash right now. You know,
Yeah.
I need to use it. So, just a frustrating thing.
Totally. So I did a dumbass thing on Friday
Yeah.
because I'm an idiot. I decided to look at all our healthcare claims.
Yep.
For the year.
Okay.
And then I decided to divide that by how much money I've made.
Okay.
Just me, not Dawn, but both of our bills.
Yep.
I think I told you this. Do you want to try to remember how much of my gross, the percentage?
Man, I don't remember. It was over 50% though.
So the gross was 76% of my gross
Yeah.
is tied up in healthcare claims. But my net, which is the money I actually get,
Yeah, it was like 102% or something.
107.
So yeah, so you just on medical, you were officially losing money working.
So I get on fucking Facebook and I start ranting that don't fucking tell me universal healthcare is bullshit because I'm fucking drowning in medical debt.
Yeah.
And then of course everybody has a fucking opinion,
Mm-hmm.
which I had told Christy before I posted it. I said, we're going to get rid of some motherfuckers today.
Yeah.
Because I knew everybody was going to have a fucking opinion. And I started arguing with one who I know through coaching.
Yep.
And he's very right leaning. And well, it's no better in Canada because you wait forever to see a doctor. Motherfucker, I wait forever now.
That's so like I want to be clear on this. Like,
Yeah.
let's give examples.
You have one.
Very much. Okay.
So I want to preface this.
Yeah.
Nick has been dealing with a health issue for a few months.
Yeah. I mean, the first attack on my body was right after Thanksgiving. So
Yep.
the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So
So we're
November
talking over
28th.
2 months.
Yep. And so I get into the hospital,
Mhm.
right? Because I those that can't see, but my lower right hand side of my body, like extreme pain. I vomited like 5 times because of like the pain. And so I was like, all right, I'm going in. And you know, they run ultrasounds, they run things at the hospital, like, hey, it's clear. The doctor there, which he's a doctor, sets me up with a follow-up with a specialist.
Yep.
To go take a look at stuff.
Which is normal.
Yep. And so we're like, hey, you know, give a call. We've sent it out. I'm holding this paper, okay, that says it was sent, let's call it again the 28th at 11:44. I remember the numbers, right? It was 11:44 p.m. They sent out the referral thing on Saturday. And so Sunday comes around. You know, I'm still not feeling like whatever. Like
Nobody's
pain's-
open,
right?
but still.
And so Monday, first thing, like 9:02, I'm on the phone. I call this specialist company and I was like, hey, I have a referral for you to see you guys. I need to make an appointment. They're like, oh, well, your doctor has to send us the referral. And I was like, you should have it. I'm holding on to it. And it shows that it was sent to you at 11:44 p.m. on the Saturday of the night. Well, we haven't gotten it yet. And I said, would you like me to drive it to you so that way you have a copy of it? Nope, we'll wait for it. And I was like, you want me to hold on the phone while you check your email? Like what can I help with, right? We'll call you when we get this. Okay. So, you know, I let time go by, figuring the day.
Wait. How much time did you let go by?
Well, I let the day go by.
Okay.
And then I let the week go by.
And then?
I let the month go by.
Okay. And then?
And the months go by.
So
And
we're 2 months out.
we are. So, and still nothing.
And how's the pain?
The pain at the time was, you know, it was like, hey, I don't need to go, whatever. Like, I don't know what happened
It wasn't
there.
bothering you.
Correct.
So it kind of out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah. And so then I had a flare up of whatever it was again.
Uh-huh.
Man, it was February-ish.
Yeah, it was a
right?
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you know, so it's
10 days maybe.
right. So you know, let's call it the 1st of February or so. So I've let 2 months go by, and I have this pain on the weekend again.
Because it always happens on the weekend.
No, Yeah, it was a weekend.
Yeah, it was a weekend.
Yeah. So, and I pukes like 7 times, no lie. Like just keep I try to take pain meds and I
Mhm.
try to take like antacids and a bunch of stuff. And like every time I put water in my body, it would just reject it, right? Just see ya, have a good day. Um, after about 3.5 hours, we had called my mom to come watch my kid because she's sleeping. It's the
Yep.
middle of the night. My mom comes. I go outside into Courtney's car, turn the car on, and something moved, right? And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, just the pain kind of shifted.
Yeah.
I was able to get stuff into me without puking. I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna try to like relax. My mom's already on her way.
Yeah.
So we drive to the hospital, to the medical center, whatever. Because she's like, hey, we'll still drive there. And I was like, all right. So I get there. I was like, hey, just give me a couple minutes. I don't want to go waste $2,500, right?
Right.
Like that's how much this cost me. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid. Like, um,
Especially when they don't do anything.
right. So, they made me not feel bad after however long I was in there, right? So I wait there and I was like, you know what? I start kind of falling asleep. And I was like, hey, I think I can get to sleep. Let's just go home. We'll figure out like I can always go back to the hospital, whatever. Right? Like I don't really care. At this point, like I'm trying to save $2,500 and
Right.
last time nothing helped, right? Or nobody did anything to help me in my life.
Mhm.
So I'm not wasting this money for you to tell me, hey, it's just phantom bullshit again.
Mhm.
So the next day, I go into the specialist place. I bring my document with
You
me.
have your paper in hand.
I do. And guys, I'm not proud of how I act, but there's times where I'm not a nice person. So
Sometimes we lose our shit. It's hard for our listeners to imagine that we could get
It is,
upset
yeah.
or riled up,
yeah.
but sometimes we lose our shit.
So right, I'm 2 months past whatever they're supposed to call me. And I walk in and I said, hey, I was supposed to have an appointment, or they're like, do you have an appointment? I was like, no, I have to schedule one. You were supposed to call and schedule with me. This is what the conversation was. Like, I quoted back the conversation. I was like, you told me you need this. Well, do you have, and I was like, here's the paper. Get me somebody because my body hurts. Like, and at this time, like when I went to the doctor, the hospital, I walked out, I didn't have pain anymore. Right.
Mhm.
The next day I still had like a 1, maybe a 2 on pain, which is really weird, right? Like if you ask me right now, I kind of have a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
you
Like,
feel something there.
yeah.
Something's up.
like you could tell. And so, and the guy's like, well, do you have insurance? And I was like, yep. And I show it to him. And he's like, oh, we don't take this. And I was like, yes, you do. Of course you take this, right? Like, and so I said, fine, you don't take it. I'll private pay, right? We don't take private pay. And like at this moment, right? Like I look at this person, I'm like, are you stupid? Right? Like, and so we get to it, and I was like, you won't let me pay to have myself be seen by somebody to get myself fixed. You won't take cash right now. No, we have to bill your insurance. You have insurance, and we don't take yours. And I was like, yes, you do. I got off the phone.
I want to interrupt.
Yeah.
So Nick happens to know somebody that works at an insurance company.
Right. The company
that he
already
has
has
insurance
with.
through.
Yes.
Now I want to preface this by saying no HIPAA laws were broken. I didn't look anything up about Nick.
Correct.
All I did was say, what is your plan? And he goes, well, my wife works here. And I said, oh, that's the same plan I have.
Correct.
And I said, all right, who is the doctor? Nick gave me the doctor's name and I looked it up and I said, they take your specific priority health insurance.
Yep.
They also are accepting new patients.
Yeah.
So whatever they're telling you is total bullshit.
Right.
Because they absolutely can see you.
So, we get through this, and I'm not like, again, I'm not proud of it, but like, talking to this kid saying, hey, you won't take private pay, you won't do whatever. I'm here to get help. And so I looked at the kid and I said, you're the first person I've talked to today. And if the rest of the world is as stupid as you are, we are all screwed for the rest of our life. And this kid just looks at me and he's like,
that's awesome.
what? And I was like, dude, I can't deal with this. So I ended up going to my primary care physician office and walk in there and I was like, look, I don't know what the fuck to do. Right. Like I have this new insurance because my wife has switched insurance companies
Mhm.
now. We had something else. I used to go to this. I need to know what and they're saying they won't take it. I need a referral, right? I need something. And they're like, all right, we'll get a referral specialist. And like the lady at the desk was so nice. Like
Yeah.
she's like, hey, we have a specialist that's supposed to do this. Yes, we no longer are your primary. She said, look, you're tier 2. She goes, we're tier 2.
They're tier 2, yeah.
And I said, what does that mean? She goes, look,
You pay more.
you pay 70% versus 80%. You know, you pay 30% versus 20%. And I said, I don't care. Like money. That's all it is money. All you told me was this is money. She goes, yep. And I go, great, fucking fix me. Right. You know? It's just an absolute joke of a thing. But anyway, so they're supposed to call me, and this is, dude, when did I call you? A couple weeks ago?
It was sometime first of last week.
Yeah, I say. And so
So we're talking like 10 days or so.
10 days ago. Okay. So I'm supposed to get a call from a specialist. And the specialist calls me, says, hey, we'll see you. Our first appointment is yesterday. Okay.
Yep.
Which was 10 days later, right? Like that's the first we can see.
Which is honestly shocking that it was that soon.
Actually, to tell you the truth, the first one she offered me was March something.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, no, like I've already gone through all this. And she goes, well, we have a 10 o'clock available. And I was like,
Then why wouldn't you offer
right.
that?
Like, and she's like, well, I didn't know if you had this or something. I was like, what the hell did you say to me? Like, no part of me said I can't do any time, right? Like, it was just really weird.
The answer is I want to be seen as soon as fucking possible.
Right.
Please get me in.
So those people that are sitting here telling me, like, I can't even get fucking seen. I can't even do whatever in America. I can't even pay my own money to go fucking get myself fixed. The only time in America you can get seen quickly is to go to a hospital. And the good thing is, if you go to Canada, you can do the exact same thing in an emergency room.
Yeah.
They just keep you healthier through longer periods of time because guess what? You have free healthcare, so you go to the doctor more.
Correct.
David, the last time I went to a doctor, willingly.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. Back when I had my insurance, they used to make me get a physical.
Yeah.
And so I would do that just to get the discount. Otherwise, dude, it has been like
Years.
I don't go to a doctor. Like I don't go unless there's something wrong because America costs goddamn much money.
So while people are arguing in my comment,
Mhm.
somebody from my Star Wars costuming group, who's very nice girl, comments, you know, what you're missing here is that no other developed nation in the world has its citizens going bankrupt
Yeah.
for medical bills. And that's a huge issue.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I have right-wing guys sitting there going, well, you wait forever and it's not any good. And they tax you like crazy. The difference is in other countries and other civilized nations, you get something for your tax money. It doesn't go to corporations. It goes to the people to help with, you know, income deficits or health care or maternity leave or whatever it is.
Yep.
There are actual benefits to paying taxes. In the United States, there are no benefits to paying taxes because they go to corporate interests. And he started arguing that, well, if we didn't pay for all of the illegals' health care. So I went and cited the numbers.
Yeah.
And the numbers are, we spend in Medicaid money 0.02%.
Okay.
That's not 1%.
No.
It's less than 1% that we spend in Medicare money to take care of quote unquote illegal immigrants.
Yep.
Now, they keep talking about immigration's broken and they're stampeding at the border. You know, I started looking into some of these stampeding at the border pictures, and they're not wrong. They're stampeding at the Mexican border.
Yeah.
The southern Mexican border, they're stampeding to come into Mexico because they want the fuck out of, you know, their South American or Central American countries.
Yep.
Because it's so fucking bad there. Now, are there too many people trying to come into the United States? Sure there are. But what is the plan to fix the immigration? The Republicans' plan is we can't do anything because if we fix this problem right now, it helps Joe Biden get reelected.
Mhm.
So in other words, you're not interested in governing. You're not interested in making anything better for any of us because it might help the other side out. This is not a fucking football game.
You say, yeah.
Stop fucking pretending it's football.
This isn't win-lose, right? Like the plain and simple.
It pisses me off so much because we have literally stripped politics down to a goddamn football game of us against them. And I'm fucking sick and tired of it.
No.
It's not a fucking competition. It's how do we get to fucking tomorrow without wallowing in misery today?
Yep.
And I'm sitting here looking at $18,000 in medical debt, and I work for a goddamn healthcare company.
Mhm.
And I'm not blaming the healthcare company necessarily. I'm blaming the goddamn government.
For allowing it to happen, right? Like, I get it. You know, so my wife is a spender, not
Yeah,
a saver.
yeah.
So we have, she has an HSA that is, been building up.
Me too.
We haven't been using it too much, right? And I keep telling her, hey, keep giving into it, right? And she gets like 10K or whatever. She's like, oh, I can slow it down. And I was like, all right, but like, it's still usable money if we never have to,
Correct.
right? It's spendable money. Like, why not put it there, right? And
I want to interject.
yeah.
HSAs can be used for any type of medical thing. You buy Band-Aids.
Correct.
You can use your HSA account. You buy cough drops. You buy aspirin. You buy Tylenol. You buy ankle wrap because you turned your ankle.
Yep.
It's all medical.
Correct. And if you need to know HSA and all those types of things, we did an episode on it.
We did.
Um,
HSA is a health savings plan, which is always combined with a high deductible health plan.
and so,
Health savings account, sorry.
yeah. And so what happened was right. So I go into the hospital at the end of last year. My wife she has some medical issues going on right now. So she's had a couple ultrasounds, she's had a couple biopsy things done. So she's been, and then my wife got her eyes done, right? LASIK. And that was,
Which is not covered by medical because your eyes and your fucking teeth have nothing to do with medical.
but that's $5,000 or whatever,
Mhm.
whatever it was.
4,800 or something.
My daughter has, she's getting braces the start of it, and that's, $3,000 out of our pocket. And so my wife had 10,000 in this account, and now we are broke, right? Like, we have nothing. And so it's like, my wife still has some things coming up. I have this new stuff coming up, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna re-put back. And I was like, what do you mean re-put back? You should have been putting in this whole time. I was like, I told you there's gonna be a time in our life where something's gonna happen, whether it's now or whether it's when we're 80. Medical gets more expensive the older you get because you're going to the doctor more, right? Like, and
Imagine that you're old and you need to go to the doctor.
right. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, hey, whatever. And she's like, oh, I just wish I didn't do my eyes. And I was like, why the hell? Like, you now have 20/20. You like, what? Really? So you can have more, like, I'm looking at her just going, you want 10,000? I'll just fucking throw 10,000 at you. Like, here, life is fixed at this point. Like, what are you talking? Right. There's a difference of, we're not in debt because we made smart decisions.
Right.
Years. So, all right, I go into my bank. Say I had an HSA from when I was working at Gentex, 3 years ago. And I haven't used it, right? I mean, I never use it. And I ended up with $100 bill, paid this, but like, so I had $970 and I drained it and paid my daughter's dentist,
Yeah.
or her orthodontist. So I go in and I was like, hey, I need a check for the whole thing, clear it out. But, and they like, my favorite part is they're lecturing, like they have no idea who I am, which is fine. Right. But they're like, that you can't just withdraw it without tax penalty. And I was like,
Yes, I can.
okay. I was like, it's for an orthodontist. And they're like, yeah. They're like, well, you have to be able to prove it. And I was like, tell you what, I'll have my accountant take care of it. Right. Like, I even said, like, I was like, my accountant will take care of it. Like, we're going to be just fine.
The
Like,
problem is you look like a fucking bum.
dude, here I am, like ratty ass t-shirt, fucking G,
I'm sorry to say, you look like a goddamn homeless person that just walked in off the fucking street.
Dude, and I'm trying to get $970. And like, at the time, I think, like, it's funny. Okay.
They're like,
so-
this motherfucker's going to buy alcohol.
So this is a true story. Okay. And I kind of told you I had a shit ton of cash in my pocket for
because you had no debit card.
Right,
Because you paid $200 for a Switch you never got.
yeah. So, I literally, I was carrying a shit ton of cash in my pocket. And, we knew we had to pay this debt a month ago or whatever it was, like end of last year. And my wife and I wake up the morning of my daughter's first appointment for the orthodontist. And we both go, shit, like we were supposed to get paid. And I said, well, the appointment's at 7:30 in the morning. Banks don't open until 9.
You can't take out that kind of money from an ATM.
So, well, but I had a bunch. But I couldn't go get my money from the HSA because I don't have this.
Right.
And so I look at my wife and I was like, we'll be fine. I'll offer them cash to hold it and then come back and repay. And so we get to there, and this lady goes, and so I look and I go, hey, I just want to let you know we're shitty human beings. Look, my bank's right there. Like, because there was a Macatawa bank right next door, and Courtney's is LMCU where her HSA is.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, the bank's don't open until 9. I was like, can I pay you like $3,000 cash? And then I'll get you the checks of what you need.
Did their head spin?
So like I start counting out, and I was like, the lady goes, tell you what, like, just keep your cash.
And we don't want that kind of cash here.
She's like, just keep your cash and go get and just go get the checks. She's like, we trust you, you know. So like 10,
This is the greatest.
dude, 10:15 rolls around, and we walk back in with, because it took me like 30 minutes to get my own money, because they're lecturing me about oh, you're gonna have to pay extra tax on that.
Bitch, I'm just trying to hand over $3,000. Just give me my money.
Well, it's like, you know, this bank thing has no idea that I'm sitting here with $10,000 in my fucking pocket, right? And I'm trying to get $900, right? I'm just like, okay, like,
You
yes,
just whipped it out and just started going, can I get my $900, please?
like, dude, like they're making me sign stuff, do whatever, and I'm just like, do you want a fucking copy? Like, well, and they're like, all right, well, we can make this check out to to you, and then you can. And I was like, no, I can't have it made out to me. I was like, you can make it out to the orthodontist, so that way they can have it cash. Like, otherwise, that takes me 2 days, right? Or I have to transfer it over. And I was
Right.
like, they're like, oh, yeah, that'd be the best for us. And I was like, yeah, I told you, I'm using it for an orthodontist. I wasn't fucking lying to you people. Like, do I look?
You do. The problem is, yes, you do look that way.
This is a problem. But I'm just like, you got to be shitting me right now. I've never struggled this much to get my own money, right? But yeah, so we showed up with 2 checks, and the lady goes, oh, yeah, you guys are really on top of this. And I was like, this is what you call on top of it. We got some freaking problems.
You don't know the shit they see. You just don't.
Well, but the lady just like I literally whipped out just a freaking wad of hundreds, right? And I'm just like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's like, I don't want any part of that.
She's, so like now it's either I'm homeless or I'm a fucking drug dealer, right? And this lady's like,
Look at this homeless drug dealer.
she's just like, nah, you'll she goes, we trust that you'll come back, whatever, like, just pay us. And I was like, all right, we'll be right back.
I mean, if you don't pay us, we're just gonna rip all that shit out of your kids' mouth.
Right, but I'm just like, holy crap, this was, but again, I can walk into a doctor's office and pay, if I had to pay for not having my medical, I could just pay for it. The problem with America, man, is people judge way too goddamn much.
All the fucking time.
But yeah, I'm gonna say I mean I know what I look like, and so I get it. But like, there's like when I talk business and say it, like, you have to just listen and say, all right, this guy kind of knows what he's talking about, right?
So we went viral on TikTok
Yeah,
a couple of years ago.
yeah,
maybe, because Crazy Chris, who is a huge proponent for
LGBTQ.
yeah,
Yeah.
he had posted going, people that look like me, they nobody thinks they support gays and lesbians, and he's a big fat guy like us. He got a big ass beard like Nick, and I'm like, we should stitch that, because me and Mike, we're big guys, and we all have facial hair,
Right.
Same, and it kind of went a little viral.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of comments on that going, man, I didn't know people like you actually gave a shit about people like us. And we're like, here's the deal. We're not judging people on what they look like or who they love.
Right.
We're judging them on how they act.
Mhm.
If you act like an asshole, we're going to treat you like an asshole.
Back quickly too.
I've said this. I had this conversation with Angela the other day. What do you got?
Sorry. So this is my ADHD kicking in, which I don't have, but we're talking about my daughter's orthodontist, and I'm holding a pen from the orthodontist place. Yeah.
Yeah, I said this to Angela the other day. I'm like, listen, I'm an asshole,
Yeah.
but I treat people accordingly. So if you treat me well, I'm going to treat you well. If you treat me like shit, I'm going to treat you like shit.
Yep.
And if I think you're taking advantage of someone, I'm really going to treat you like shit. I told you this, we had a customer in the other day that, got really pissy with everything they had to say. And I was as sweet as could be, because I'm a business owner and I don't want a negative review, but at the same time, I'm not going to take your shit either. So I'm to the point, but I'm nice and to the point.
Yep.
So I get them back in the room and I come up to the front fucking office and I said to everybody in the front office, I'm going to take the twunt sticker I have, twunt, because when twat and cunt just aren't enough, you have to put them together to make twunt. I'm going to give one to each of those bitches back there because that's what they're fucking acting like. And everybody laughed. They knew I wasn't going to do it because I don't want a negative review, but God damn it, you could act fucking nicer. And I hate that shit.
And I say it just blows my mind. We all judge. It's a natural thing that people do. So it's a factual statement that you judge somebody within the first 5 seconds of meeting,
Absolutely.
right? Or of seeing them. You automatically do it. Your brain does it, right? And I know, like, but I forget it sometimes because, right, like, I'm a pretty easygoing guy and fucking great. My daughter has a friend who, from school, and her dad. So they're from Venezuela, which now we get along great, right? And so, like, the first time, like, I kind of say something or whatever, and I was like, hey, and then I bring up beer, and he's like, would you like to drink? And I was like, yeah, like a fish, right? And he's like, oh, we should drink together. I was like, fuck yes, we should, right? Like, you're my kind of people at this moment, right? Like, and he opened up to me and he's like, yeah, first time meeting you, I am intimidated by you and didn't know how to, and I was like, why? I was like, I shit the same way you do and put my pants on one leg at a time. And he's like, oh, I like this guy, right? Like, holy shit. Dude, we went on a night, like, tell you how close we became. Like, I took him out for a night at a time. We went to 6 different breweries.
Yeah.
Like, I just texted him. I was like, hey, we got to get together and drink again. Like, I'm pretty approachable, right? Like, yes, I stand there and look like an ass because I constantly have resting dick face because I'm pissed at the world. But all you have to do is just come say, hey, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on?
Well, it's funny because my wife, she says to me the other day, I think you and Nick, what?
Sorry. So just for everybody that's listening, our live thing hasn't changed.
Yeah, it has not changed time, but it says we're still live. So
All right.
I'm assuming we are. If we're not, sorry.
Our
Twitch.
bad.
No, my wife says, I think you and Nick, if you ever met Jason Kelsey, you guys could be like best friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then she sent me a TikTok today of Travis absolutely hammered at the fucking parade singing Friends in Low Places.
Yes.
He was so fucking drunk.
But it's cool when he does it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cool when Travis is fucking hammered, but when Nick or David are hammered, they're just assholes. But we could all be like great fucking friends. And I was talking to Christy about this the other day because Mike and I are doing that mental health podcast now. And she had sent me a TikTok of Travis and Jason talking about, feeling things as men.
Yep.
And I said, man, they do it way better than Mike and I do it. Yeah. And she goes, yeah, but that's things to aspire to. I'm like, yeah, but here's the problem. They are the best in the world at what they do. Yeah. And they're famous for what they do. Mike and I are great at sitting here talking about emotions and shit, but nobody gives a fuck about us.
Nope. Oh, no. It's weird because if you have something in common with a really rich, successful person, you feel something. If you have something in common with the rest of the world, you don't even feel normal. You feel less than that.
Which
right?
is stupid.
Yep. It bothers me so much. And that's the hard, honestly, I've been stopping my coaching the way I was, right? And I've gone more into the caring thing, right? I've had so many conversations with kids. And, I had a kid today who just shot a 220 and a 2 something, right? And yesterday, the match before, I look at him and I was like, the problem is you give too much shits, right? Like, honestly, get up there and like, don't bowl for me. Don't bowl to impress. Don't bowl to do anything. Go out there for you. Like, and I look at him and I said, hey, what did you do week 4? He goes, I don't know. And I was like, exactly. Why? Like, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Get out there, have fun, and just enjoy these things. Then he goes off and just smokes it today. I was very happy with him. And I have a girl who's dealing with some stuff, and I looked at her and I said, look, I know you're sad and I know things are this, but you have 2 choices, right? You can either stay sad or you can go out there and think, hey, how can I get ahead of this to figure out what the best option for us to do is? Sit there and figure out, hey, I need to get in this direction when this gets fixed, when this happens. How can I go fix this issue? Like, take your 5 minutes to be sad about things, but then figure out what you have to do to get to the next level.
I'm gonna tell everybody right now, if you're a coach of kids, here's the easiest way to connect with your kids. Show them you give a shit.
Yeah.
If you show them that you care about them,
Yeah.
that's what's going to win them over.
God, what's my boys? I have one that's really it sucks 'cause I'm pulling David really close to, but he's done it at the end of this year, and I'll see him for a while. But he looked and he goes, "Coach, you're the only coach we've had in 3 years that's actually given a shit."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." I was like, "I'll try to fix that." And it just goes to that point of, man, like you just need somebody that actually fucking cares, right? I'm not here for me. I'm not here for the $3,000 that I get for the season, right? Like anybody can do that. I'm here to actually impact lives and make a difference, right?
Well, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think I'm the greatest softball coach that walks on the field every time I walk on the field.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from Chris, but all those kids know, even though he's a prick,
Yeah.
he cares about them. They know.
Yep.
They know that he's always in their fucking corner, even when he's screaming at them.
Oh yeah.
The difference between him and I is I don't have to do any of that fucking screaming shit anymore. I get to have fun and be fun coach that never gets angry and
It's fun of assistant.
yeah, never gets mad. And I mean, I get pissed, but I don't ever have to show that emotion. Sometimes I really want to,
Yep.
but I don't have to because he's pissed off enough for all three of us. So he can be pissed off and I can bring everybody together and play kumbaya and shit. And everybody's, I wouldn't say happier, but more relaxed because they know that I'm calm and nothing's, I remember watching a TV show once and they were talking about, ducks on the water.
Yeah.
That all you see is that calm duck on the water. You don't see underneath where they're just paddling their feet as hard as they can and they're just going and going and going and everything's difficult. All you see is that calm on the water. And that's what you need to portray is that calm on the water. Even though inside you're on the bottom and you're just, paddling to save your fucking life.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Travis Kelce and all that earlier, right? Like, look at that. Travis goes and blows up on the greatest coach that I absolutely adore, Andy Reid. We wouldn't be best friends. Like, Andy Reid and I would be best friends because we're going to eat together, type of thing. But he's not. He held himself very well, right? And it's funny because I watched a video of Jason and Travis, and I feel like it's funny because you could tell that Travis is a younger little baby bitch brother. But Jason, he's like, "Hey, you know what you did? Yep, yeah, it was uncalled for." And he's like, "Yeah, but the relationship you two have," and it's like, "Yeah, there you go, right? They built a relationship, right?"
The people that don't understand the dynamic between Jason and Travis, here's the dynamic. Travis was fucking up.
Yeah.
And Jason saved his fucking career.
Yeah.
When he was in college, he saved his fucking career. He went out on a limb for his brother and said, listen, he'll pull his shit together, give him another fucking chance. And his coach in college was like, all right, I'll give him one more fucking shot.
Yep.
Because he was a fuck up. And he was doing fucked up shit.
Yep.
Nick, you said it when we got here. You're like, yeah, I like Travis and all, but he's cocky.
Yep.
He's kind of a prick.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. He absolutely fucking is. Jason's not. He's the down-to-earth one. And when you look at it, Jason's a center.
Yeah.
He has to be in control. He has to be in charge.
Yep.
He has to protect everyone else. And he plays that to a fucking T.
Yep.
Would I be better friends with Travis or Jason? Jason, 100%.
That's it, right?
That's my guy.
Don't get me wrong. Travis and I will go out and party like
Oh yeah, parties
crazy animal.
awesome. And not that
But-
the party with Jason would be bad,
right. It just
but
would
he's
be,
way more responsible.
right. Like, he'd be like, all right, guys, we probably shouldn't jump off of this.
We're really fucking hammered. Let's dial it back just a little
Right.
bit.
But Travis and I would be the two to break the crate in the room and
Yeah.
not care, right?
Correct.
You said everything, we're fucking going.
Yeah,
right?
Jason and I would be sitting there going, you two motherfuckers.
Say, right. Y'all pay the bill. Say. But no, like, dude, and we talk about this, and it's so frustrating to have to talk about this so much with the America with healthcare, right? It is getting out of line. I'd love to see statistics on the amount of people that are leaving the country to actually go to other countries, right?
Dawn and I have talked about this in depth.
Yeah,
And I told her, I'm like, listen, when my mom passes, and I hope it's a long, long time from now, ring, ring. I hope it's a long, long time from now.
Uh-huh.
But when she passes, all bets are fucking off. I'm happy to leave this country because this is not the nation that it was when I was growing up, that was the beacon of hope and the beacon of freedom. It's none of those things. And it's not those things because of what the right-wing people say. It's not those things because they literally give a shit more about a corporation than they do the actual individuals that are making that corporation successful. Why is the CEO of GM making, let's say, $30 million, but they're fighting the UAW to not make, you know, $30 or $40 or $50 an hour?
Right.
Should they make $30 or $40 or $50 an hour? Why the fuck shouldn't they? The fucking cars are astronomical in price. How much is a brand new Silverado, Nick?
Dude, that's got to be 80,000.
Easy.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the fucking people that make that shouldn't make $40 an hour? Bullshit.
Yep.
But who's making the money off that Silverado? It's not the guy putting the fucking window together.
Nope.
It's the CEO.
Let's see, just a base 1500. Supposedly MSRP is 38,000,
Which is horseshit. You're not finding one for that.
oh, and that's going to be, you know, the 4-cylinder. It's probably going to be a manual,
Yep.
right? Like
Rear wheel drive,
right, you know, it's a
base with nothing on it.
right. You're going to crank windows, right?
Yep.
You're getting so, and you can't even, they don't even make them, right? They just call it that so that way they can say it. But yeah, it's I've never seen a truck less than 70. Honestly,
They're just
bought
not
some
anymore.
others, yeah.
But even other vehicles, they're just not cheap anymore. I had a coworker that sent me a car the other day. They're like, "What do you think of this one?" I'm like, "I think it has 189,000 miles on it. Why would you want to buy that?" And they're like, "Well, the price is good." And the price was still like $6,000.
Yeah.
To me, that's not good. I bought a 2013 and 2016. It had 17,000 miles, 18,000 miles on it. And I bought it for less than 20 grand. I couldn't do that now.
No. Well, I'm saying this was years ago, so like they were still newer, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
Right? So
A 3-year-old vehicle right now with less than 20,000 miles, I'm paying 40,000 easy.
oh, dude, it's crazy. Like, you know, I don't know. Corporate America is very frustrating to me.
And
know-
you're the corporate America guy.
Yeah. But the more I see it, right, the more I'm understanding. But I also think that, and here's my problem, right? It is the American people's problem, right? You guys will go do it.
Mhm.
That, and, you know, it takes a village to make a change, right? So if we stop buying new cars, we don't have to deal with as high because they're going to have to come down, right? Everybody, if you can
Stop
afford
buying the shit.
if you can afford it, you go do it. And that's not what America should be, right? Like,
I just got an email. They're raising the Ring subscription price $10 for an annual contract. Guess who's not renewing?
you,
Yeah, because I don't give a shit if you're saving my fucking videos. I'm just not renewing. Fuck off.
right? You know, it's everything goes up, man. And you know, what do you get no more benefit out of it?
No,
right?
there's no extra benefit. They're not making it any better.
right.
So I might have shared this video with you. They were talking about shrinkflation on a TikTok video, and it was a package of bacon that now is the same price as the 16-ounce pack of bacon, but it's a 12-ounce pack of bacon.
Huh.
And the lady, did I not share this with you?
You might have.
I'll find it and send
I,
it to you. if I
I
didn't.
think this is probably a video I skipped.
You're
over.
probably behind. So they took this 12-ounce package of bacon and threw it on the fucking scale.
Yeah.
It was just shy of 8 ounces.
Really?
And they go, all right, let's take it out of the package and see what it is. And it's like 7.2 ounces. And of course, in the comments, instead of saying, oh my God, that's fucking crazy, she's got a bunch of people going, yeah, but how do we know your scale is calibrated? And I saw somebody put it, why do you immediately suspect that she's shady, but you don't at all suspect that the company that packaged that shit is shady? And you want to know what brand it was that she was using?
Oscar Mayer.
It was Great Value.
Oh,
Who's owned by
Walmart?
Walmart.
Yeah.
So she took a nickel and she put it on the scale. And nickel weighs like 5 something.
Sure.
Let's say
1/5 of an ounce or something.
something like that. And it came up at 4.9.
Yeah.
And then like she left it running for like an extra 2 seconds and then it hit 5. So it was calibrated.
Yeah.
And
Huh.
they're selling you a 12 fucking ounce package that's really 7.
Yeah.
And they're not thinking twice about it because you're too stupid to sit there and scrutinize it. Am I buying that? No, I'm not fucking buying that. I'll buy that shit when it's really fucking on sale. Otherwise, I ain't buying your shit.
You know, and say, Walmart is, it's funny because I'm a Walmart person. I love the business of Walmart, but the idea,
You love the model.
very much,
You love the Sam Walton model,
very much,
not the kids.
God no, right? I don't think that greed will. Greed will get you rich, but it won't get you anywhere in life, right? And it depends on what you. And that's the problem is what everybody values, right? And I think, especially in the poorer mindset, you value people and things like that, right? Rich people value luxury. I can't say luxuries, but like they value time and the freedom, right? Like there's a whole different value of things. And so, I don't know, it's very, very hard for me to be the person I am and have to sit here and deal with, we talk about UPS,
Yep.
right? So they just got a huge union contract.
Yep.
They're laying off, don't quote, 20,000 people,
Something like that.
right? And
of course, everybody ties it back to the
union.
contract they get, the union contract they got.
which is fucking hilarious. So I watched this union guy and he's
Yeah.
like, that ain't us.
No, we're not getting fired. We're in the union.
He goes, no, we have the union. And it was
It's
like,
everybody not in the union.
correct. And he goes, so you tell me who's the greed person here, right?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So they're going to make people work harder,
Yeah.
work more. You have to keep your job, otherwise you'll lose it, right? That's plain and simple what it is, right? When a company the hardest part about me being a coach, I said this today to you, right? The hardest part about me being a coach is the ability that I have to respond in the way that somebody else wants me to,
Correct.
right?
You can't say what you want to say.
Correct.
You have to say what they want you to say.
Right. And it's funny, my AD came in today after we talked about this off air. Like I had senior night tonight and we're already in a time crunch, right? Like
Yeah.
they want us out. Like leagues start at 6:00. We ended at 6 something tonight, but like
They want you out as quick as possible because you're not making them any fucking money. They're doing you a favor.
correct. And so this mom had put senior night kind of together. Like I ended up buying the roses. I ended up buying the stuff that I got everybody. And she's like, she wants me to read this full page fucking paper of like what this girl has to say. And I'm like, no, I'm going to tell you how long you've been bowling, what your favorite memory is, and where you're going to school next, right? Like plain and simple, we're running through these, so we have to get going. And oh, no, you're not. And she's like yelling at me, and she's like, "This is ridiculous. You're gonna find time." And I was like, "I'm sorry you feel that way." That's all I responded. Like, "I'm sorry you feel that way, right? Like
Yep.
this isn't blah, blah, blah. This is her senior year, and you're just doing whatever. I'm sorry you feel that way." That's all I'm gonna respond. That's all I don't have to fucking respond. Like I do have to acknowledge you. Hey, I've heard you, and here's the response. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yep.
right? And then, so the AD was there, and I was like, "Hey, just to let you know, you're gonna get a fucking email
Yep.
because this is how I'm gonna run this." And he's like, "Okay." I was like, "Dude, I got 3 weeks left, right? Like,
If they don't want you back, that's their problem.
oh, they'll take me back. Trust me."
Yeah, but if they don't, it's their problem.
Oh, 100%, right? Like,
You got to find coaches.
yeah, so yeah,
See, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's not easy to find coaches for high school sports because
or
you
referees.
referees are worse.
Yeah.
But it is so difficult because people don't want to put up with the parent bullshit.
Yep.
It's not the kids.
Yep.
It's the parents.
100.
I told Chris, I'm like, listen, I'll come coach with you, but I don't ever want to talk to a parent. I don't want to know a parent's name.
Yep.
So I remember the first year I was up there, I really didn't get close to anybody. Like a couple of my pictures I kind of liked. And I'm not saying I didn't. Like Zeta, I really liked.
Yep.
And then that winter, and I feel really cheated because that winter, turned into COVID and we didn't get it that senior year.
Yep.
But I had a senior that year, Caitlin Breen. And I remember her talking to me one day at workouts, and she's like, "Well, my mom." And I'm like, "I don't know who your mom is."
Yeah.
She goes, "Yes, you do. She was the team mom." And I'm like, "Okay, I know who she is, but I don't know I don't know her name. I'll never know her name."
Yep.
And she goes, "Her name's Melissa. And by the end of my time with you, you will remember her name." And I'm like, "No, I won't." Nick, what did I just tell you?
Her name's Melissa.
You're correct.
And
So I absolutely learned
Yeah.
her name
It's-
because Caitlin made fucking sure
Yep.
I learned her mom's name.
Yeah.
And if I know 3 other parents on our team right now, their names, I know both my pitchers.
Yeah.
I know both my pitchers. That might be it.
I know the one because she constantly yells at me. Right. I didn't know her other mom's name or whatever. I had no idea. I did know one just because it's her name's Penny, and
Yeah.
for some reason that just is
You
so
just remember that.
so random
Yeah.
that it's like And honestly, I didn't realize, like, I didn't know her name until I went through my phone. I was like, oh yeah, it's Penny. But like the other one's Carly, which I had no idea. Like I had to go through my roster and click on the kids to figure out what their parents' names were. The one kid's dad who was there, I talked to him quite a bit, and I give him crap because he usually shows up late or whatever, and it's like after things. And I'm like, oh, nice of you to join us, right? Crack a little joke. Today he walks in and he's like, just want to let you know, like, and I was like, oh wow, you could actually be on time for something, so. But like I didn't realize his name was Adam. Like I I had to go through it. And I was like, oh, there you go. Like but I'm not here for the parents.
No,
I'm
not
here for
at
the
all.
kids, right? Like I know all of the kids' names by heart, right? I can't tell you I know their last names perfectly, but
One of my seniors last year,
yeah.
her dad came up after our last game and gave me the biggest hug. I thought he was the dad of a different kid.
Yes.
He did it at the end of the season banquet.
Mhm.
He gave me a big hug again. I still thought he was the parent of a different kid.
Yes.
I didn't learn it until I went to one of the kids' open houses, and I'm like, oh, that's who that kid belongs to.
Yep.
And it was a senior parent.
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you his name today, but he gave me two of the best hugs after the season. And
Yeah.
I was thrilled to get them, but I don't know his name today. I just know he's a really nice guy and he really liked me. So that's all I gave a shit about.
Dude, and the weird thing is instead of getting a thank you for doing all the stuff I did today, I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Which I'm granted senior night's not about me, but like again, so today is Valentine's Day. We are doing podcasts instead of being with our wives because I don't do Hallmark days.
I have to tell you something about that too, but go ahead.
But so I had to go into the flower shop yesterday
Yep.
to get all these roses, which mind you, right?
The day before Valentine's Day.
okay, we are in a 16 by 8 room. Well, let's say probably 14 by 16 room. The flower shop I go to is like the size of this.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's 50 guys. Just work truck after work truck, right? Landscaping
shit for
company.
their
Oh,
wives.
God, yes. Or whatever the hell they're doing.
Moms or
Yeah, say. And I'm just like I walk up and I was like, oh my gosh. So mind you, I'm paying $5 a rose.
Yeah.
I'm doing whatever. This is just ridiculous to me. Because, of course, flower shops are going to make their money when they can because
Oh, yeah.
people are going to buy them things. And I bought the boys jerky. And the one kid, like, it was funny. I gave him crap. I was like, sir, I bought you jerky. I'm pretty sure I'm the best thing that's ever. And he goes, oh, yeah, you did. And he puts his hand out, handshake or whatever. But like, none of the moms said thank you. None of the fucking people. You know what I got? I got bitched at because I didn't run it the way they wanted it to be ran.
Yeah.
And I've already made the announcement this year that I'm not doing it next year. So, good luck with what you guys want, right? I'll throw a banquet and we'll have a great time because that's your time.
Yeah.
When you're on the lanes, that's my time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't care if you're a senior, a freshman, whatever. It's my time, baby. And my time is valuable.
We get gifts from the parents every year.
Oh, I'm glad I guarantee I won't get one.
We get them at the banquet.
Yeah.
Which they always do, very thoughtful things. Like
The cooler.
2 years ago, they bought me a cooler.
Coach Dave.
That's Coach Dave.
Coach Dave.
And Chris picked it up for me because I was in the middle of dying at this point. No, I was in Cincinnati when they had the banquet. So I'm in Cincinnati. They have the banquet. He brings it to me and he goes, hey, by the way, parents said they're really sorry. They had it made before they realized you don't like Coach Dave. So I've had so many people tell me, we're so sorry it says Coach Dave because I'm not fucking Dave.
No,
okay? I'm David.
Yeah, you're Dave when I like to fuck with you.
Right.
Say.
My oldest friend, Mike calls me Dave. Mikey calls me Dave.
Right.
Sharon will do it because she's Sharon, fine, whatever. So
Yeah.
her whole family does it. Yost does it.
Yeah.
But Yost won't do it in front of the girls anymore because he knows I fucking hate it. I don't want them calling me Dave. My name is not fucking Dave. My license says David. My birth certificate says David. My fucking name is David.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm different, right? Because one of the girls the other day said Nicholas. And like I turned on my heels and I looked and I said, let me be clear about one thing. You're not my mom and you're not my grandma. So you better keep that name right out of your mouth. And she goes, oh. And I was like, yeah, let me be clear on this real quick, right? My name is Nick. Thank you. It's like, officially, I have an AKA, and it is Nick, right? Also known as. That also is not allowed for you. It
Yeah.
is allowed for 2 people in my life, and that's it. right? And my grandma's dead, so you have one. Way to go.
I said that downstairs because we have a new employee that will call me Dave once in a while because her dad's name
Oh,
is
that's
Dave.
right,
Yeah, I
yeah.
told you about this. Her dad's name is Dave. I don't give a shit what your dad's name is. My name is David.
Yeah, let me be clear.
So she will say Dave, and I will shoot her a fucking look, and she'll go, "God damn it, I didn't mean to say that."
Say,
Right, because that's not my name.
yeah. Man. So, and you went through a bank thing too. So if we can get back to it, you're fighting with a bank for an hour and a half via chat bot.
I have zero interest on my Citi card until the end of this calendar year.
Correct.
Now, if I make any new purchases, that doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
So if I make any new purchases, I have to fully pay off that purchase plus the minimum payment to avoid interest.
Okay.
So my billing cycle ends December 1st. On December 7th, I say to my wife, you need to send me the information on my Citi card because I need to be able to use my Citi card today because I bought her a home run of a Christmas present, pink tickets. That
Nah, I mean, it was an all right ticket. You know,
obviously it wasn't great. By the way, don't let me forget to tell the Valentine story in a minute.
Yeah.
So obviously it wasn't a great present, but it was a present. Fine. And I could get early access if I had my Citi card.
Yeah.
That's the only fucking Citi card I have.
Yeah.
So I know I have to pay it off. Fine. So I buy the tickets and I put $100 insurance on the ticket just in case something happens that we can't go. Fine, whatever. $1,750. What?
You put insurance on tickets that you guarantee will sell?
No. If I can't go, they'll give me my money back.
Yeah, but you could just sell them for more than what you paid.
Right now, they're going for less than what I paid.
Really?
They are.
Uh-oh.
I have them on StubHub, 2 of them,
Okay.
2 of the 4.
Okay.
So I just figured, fuck it, I'm gonna pay the insurance just because I want to make sure we're good.
Sure.
$25 a ticket. I was like, fine, fuck it, whatever. So that was purchased 7 days after my billing cycle ended.
Yep.
Which means when you compound interest, that bill is not due until the next billing cycle,
January 1st.
which will end December 31st,
Yep.
which means whenever that bill is. So my bills are due on the 27th of the month. So it will be due January 27th.
Okay.
So I log into my account on January 3rd. I have $23 worth of interest on my fucking account. And I lose my absolute shit.
Yeah.
So I get an idiot on the chat. And dumbass on the chat, dumbass Citi person. Well, you got charged that because you didn't pay the bill off in full. I said, I don't have to pay the fucking bill off in full. I have 0% interest until the end of the end of this year.
Yeah.
All I have to do is make the minimum fucking payment. I made that.
Oh.
Well, you made this charge. Right. I made that charge 7 days after the bill ended. Right. So you have to pay that off. If you don't pay that off, I don't think you understand how fucking credit works. Okay. Credit works in this way. That fucking bill didn't hit until the next fucking bill. I don't owe it until the 27th of this month. It takes me 45 fucking minutes to get this idiot on the same goddamn page as me.
Yep.
And he goes, oh, you're right. I'm going to waive that fee. Sweet.
Yeah.
I said, can you tell me the exact amount that I have to pay to avoid this conversation in February?
Yep.
He goes, if you pay the entire charge off, $1,750,
yep,
plus $75, you will not have this conversation next month. Sweet. What do? I pay $125 extra.
Yep.
Because that's $50 extra than what he told me to fucking pay.
Yep.
So I log into my account last week and lo and behold, I have a $14 interest charge.
Say.
And now I lose my fucking shit.
Yep.
I'm keeping it together with the first woman as well as I can. Until she keeps explaining to me how interest works.
Yeah. Say.
And then I finally say, I know how interest works. I don't think you do.
Yeah.
I paid more than I needed to pay. I don't have to have an interest charge. Now, she goes, well, you have to pay it twice to get rid of the interest charge. No, motherfucker, I don't. I had to pay off the full bill plus whatever the minimum was, and I paid over that.
Yep.
So I don't have to do any of that shit. She goes, well, I can't waive it. I don't know what to tell you. I said, well, I want to talk to somebody that can. She goes, well, you tell me who you want to talk to and I'll transfer you to them. I go, how the fuck should I know? I don't work at your bank. Transfer me to somebody that can take care of this. And she goes, well, you have to tell me who that is. I'm like, how about your fucking manager? Okay.
Yep.
So she transfers me to her manager, who is equally as stupid.
Yeah. It's like,
So now I'm getting increasingly pissed off.
Yep.
Because now I have this fucking idiot who is a manager explaining to me how credit works, while I explain to them that they don't fucking understand how credit works.
Yep.
So we finally get to the point of she explains to me, well, you had to make a payment of $75 and you didn't make that. I said, right. So if I had made a $75 payment, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now. She goes, correct. So you have a interest charge because you didn't make a $75 payment. I said, great. I'm glad you said that. I made a $1,825 payment. So tell me again, why the fuck do I have an interest charge? Dumbass goes, well, you made that last payment of $620 on the day it was due, and it didn't post until the next day. I said, you know what? I know how to add and subtract.
Yeah.
It's not like you're talking to I got really fucking snarky. I said, it's not like you're talking to someone who graduated with a bachelor's degree, summa cum laude, in finance. Oh, wait, you are. I think I know how the fuck interest works, and I think I know better than you. She goes, well, the payment was made after. You can look for yourself.
Yeah.
I am looking for myself.
Say I'm looking
It
right now.
says it was paid on the day it was motherfucking due. $620 on that day. And I made a total of over $1,800 worth of payments to you. Why do I have a finance charge? Oh. And then she starts explaining something else. I said, listen, not only did I graduate with highest honors, I'm also really good at reading and comprehension. You're not.
Yeah.
So you better start figuring it out right fucking now. Well, I'll waive it for you this time.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
I said, you're goddamn right you will. I said, how can I avoid this next month? She goes, well, make your payment of over the minimum amount before it's due. Bitch, I just did that and you still charge me fucking interest. So Nick, I set up a $700 fucking payment.
Yeah.
The minimum due is $87.
Yeah.
To be paid the day before it's fucking due.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the same goddamn conversation in March with fucking Citi.
I guarantee it.
And I'm gonna lose my goddamn shit.
So I had kind of the same conversation, except for yours was more on time.
Mhm.
So when I called Flagstar over my not giving me my $200 back, so I got on the phone with this lady, and I don't remember half the conversation, but I said something, and she, my feeling, you can kind of hear the congestion, right? And I was like, she says something or whatever. I was like, oh, Jesus. And she goes, sir, there's no need, like that hurt my ear. And I was like, did nothing hurt your ear? I was like, what are you talking? Like, she goes, you don't need to yell at me. And I was like, I didn't yell at you. I was like, I'm sorry you feel that way or whatever. And she's like, you need to calm down. I was like, I'll tell you what, I'm done dealing with your stupid ass, right? Put your manager on the phone. She goes, okay, I can do that. Puts me on hold. And I was like, great. So all I did was fucking make another phone call. Kept it on. And she thought she was playing a joke, right? Like, whatever, keep me on hold. I made a phone call for like 8 minutes to something else.
Yeah.
Hop back over, right? Oh, hey, sir, sorry about all that wait. And I was like, because you could hear her, sir. I was like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, all right, what do you got? And she's like, oh, my supervisor's not available right now. And I was like, oh, okay, that fucking sucks, doesn't it? Or whatever. And she's like, well, she said something. And I was like, all right, sounds like this conversation's over. And she goes, all right, have a blessed day. And I was like, all right, why don't you go fuck yourself? Right? Like, I don't have time for stupid people in my life, right? I just had this conversation yesterday I was at a meeting real quick, and I said, I didn't realize how far outside of life I am, right? I just don't put myself around stupid people. I don't put myself around, conversations that are going to end this way. Like, I just, I don't have time for this, right? Like my life is busy. I have to focus on what I know, right?
Mhm.
If I'm dumb about things, I will gladly tell you, hey, like I don't know what I'm doing. I need your help,
Mhm.
right? And then please help me out. But if I have any idea of what I'm talking about, God, please know that I know what the hell I'm talking about, right? But yeah, so it was just hilarious to me to sit here and deal with this person who's, oh yeah, hey, sorry about that. I was like, "Yeah, you think you left me on hold for fucking 8 minutes? No, like I did more business. I made a whole nother phone call, right? Like, if anything, you were probably on the line trying to reach me because it didn't show disconnected and you're not allowed to hang up.
Right.
And I know this, right? Like, I'm gonna put you on hold. Like, to me, it was just hilarious. So
Because one of my jobs does deal with customer service, I try really hard not to be a prick to customer service people.
yep.
But at some point, some of them just push you over the edge. I did a really good job of not cursing City out.
Yep.
Until I couldn't stop from cursing City out because you're being so fucking obtuse at this point. You're literally ignoring everything I'm telling you exactly how interest and credit works, and you're telling me I'm fucking wrong.
Yep.
Listen, I'm not. I guarantee you didn't do a fucking day in college. I did.
Well, I say I don't have to do a day in college to know how it works, right?
Absolutely, you don't. But you're not going to sit there and school somebody on shit you don't fucking know for sure.
Right.
And you're definitely not going to fucking lie to them and go, well, if you would have made this payment, you wouldn't have this. Perfect. I now have you in the lie. I'm going to drive that shit home as much as I can. And then I'm going to come back and say, so you said I didn't make an $80 payment, but I made an $1,800 payment. Why the fuck do I have this charge?
Yep. So I want to take us into Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes.
What's the story?
So I'm at home and I'm getting ready to come in and Don goes, well, Nick's been coaching.
Yep.
He doesn't want to spend Valentine's Day evening with his wife.
No.
And I'm like, well, we have a podcast to do. And Don goes, well, it'd be really nice if, when you guys are on the podcast, maybe you dedicate it to your wives. I said, well, I might do that, but you fuckers don't listen to it. She goes, you never know, we might. So here it is, Nick.
Here's to you.
I'm dedicating this episode to my wife and Nick's wife, Courtney.
Yeah.
So Dawn and Courtney, this one's for you guys.
Yep.
I guarantee she will never mention this
Yep.
because she doesn't listen to a goddamn thing we do, because her answer is always, I listen to you two motherfuckers talk.
Oh,
I'm not
good.
going to listen to you on a fucking podcast because I hear that shit all the time anyways.
Oh. That's I say my wife and I started out the day not on a great note. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's just because again, like this parent, right?
Mhm.
And my wife is just like try. She's like, I thought I was doing a nice thing, and I was like, sure. In your brain, it's a nice thing. In mine, it's completely backwards and just gonna fuck me over in the end, right? And so that's really how I put it, right? And we didn't say anything to I went home and sat on the couch and didn't talk to her for an hour and a half until I had to go coach. We didn't say anything. I called her after bowling. She didn't answer. She called me back, and I said, I've now said words. I said, I just want to let you know how it went. Boys tied 15-15, girls lost 10-20. And she said something back or whatever. I said, all right, I love you. Bye. I'll see you tonight. And that's it. Right. She said, all right, love you. Right. Like that was those are the only words we've said to each other since 9:00 this morning. Right. No, like my wife, and I don't do Valentine's Day. It's
We don't either.
yeah, we were dating 16 years ago, God, because we're old.
Yeah.
And I told her ahead of time, I don't do Valentine's Day. I think it's stupid. It's a made up freaking holiday. I shouldn't have to have a day to tell you I love you, right? I buy my wife gifts throughout the year. I do whatever. I'm not going to do it on a specific day. And so, she's like, well, it'd be nice, blah, blah. So the next day, tomorrow, I go out and I bought her a teddy bear with freaking chocolates and something else and put it on the counter and said, Happy Valentine's Day. And she goes, it was not the same. And I was like, you're right. I bought it 75% off.
Correct. You
I
said
was like, I
money.
saved you money. Like, you're welcome. Now we have money to go out at the end of the week, right?
Correct.
Like that. Yeah. And she's like, well, it's not, it's the thought that matters. And I was like, right. It's a thought. I thought of you and said, hey, I would like to have the rest of our lives together being successful versus spending the fucking ridiculous money.
I could have spent $15 on this, but instead I spent $3.
Exactly. Right. And so, I did that the first year and I think the second. And my wife, bless her heart, she usually buys me stuff every year. It's something small, like a candy bar or something like that, right? Which is fine. She likes to do that. And I was like, I'm not buying you stuff, right? I told her I'm not buying my daughter stuff.
Mhm.
And she buys my daughter stuff to make sure that she does Valentine. And we give my daughter Valentines to give to school
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like that. And I don't know about you, like I was always the poor kid, right? Like we bought dollar store Valentines and got a box of them that had 30 in them for $1.
I was not.
Right. So,
I had Star Wars or superheroes or Disney or whatever.
well, they sell them at the dollar store too. But like my daughter is now the rich kid.
Mhm.
You know, granted, we're poor, but like I remember last year she got these like I want to say squishamallow things, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like
kids love those.
yeah, they were on it. This year she got little it's a marble with a maze,
Mhm.
right? Like along with her card type thing. Like she gives a gift with the thing.
Mhm.
Never in my life did like
Maybe a piece of candy.
no, I was never the sucker guy. No, I gave you a card, a blank card that said to this, like, right, like they'd give you the class list or whatever, or just I'd
To
sign my
Timmy.
name. Right, exactly.
From Nick.
That's all it said. That's
To
all.
Diane. From Nick.
That's exactly. Bam. I never like had the sucker. I loved getting the suckers. I loved doing
Yep.
whatever. But like, no, my daughter every year gives like a fucking gift, right? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. But you know, now Amazon. It's funny. I love how much my wife hates Jeff Bezos just as much as yours does. And I know for a
So
fact.
do I.
I know for a fact you guys buy fucking. You have an Amazon account.
I do have an Amazon
exactly.
account, and I've
Like-
really cut back on them because I fucking hate him.
But still, like you guys support it in any way. Like that's support. And so the idea is like, you know, and I tell Courtney all the time, I was like, you fucking hate it so much, don't fucking use it.
Their shipping is so shitty now.
Yeah.
I don't even keep it for that. I keep it because it's got Reacher. That's why I fucking keep
Is
it.
there gonna be a season 3?
There is. They're already.
Man, I do.
I bought season 1 of Reacher because I loved it so much. I'll buy season 2. I'll buy season 3, but I want to see it when it comes out. So I still have fucking Prime.
Such a good show.
It's so good.
I stayed up and watched all of it in the season because okay. So
I
my,
just finished season 1 again, and I'm starting season 2 again.
my daughter will not ever understand what it was like to be us.
Mhm.
Right. We had commercials. We had a weekly series. Right. So now Bluey comes out, right? And it gets, and so she doesn't wait for the intro. She just gets to skip it.
Yeah.
Right. We never had
There was no
this-
skipping.
Oh God, no, right? So like, and I've gotten to this old like it's funny because Reacher came out and you're like, have you watched these episodes? And I was like, no, dude, I don't want that in my life anymore. I've now aged to the point where I don't want like
You just want to go to the next fucking episode.
if there's 7 fucking episodes in the season, I'm gonna watch all 7 at once. Like
Yep.
I have no problem. I haven't watched it, so I have no problem waiting.
Mhm.
I don't want to look forward to something because like again, if we have to do a podcast on a Wednesday and it comes out Wednesdays, I'm gonna probably go watch that versus come to a podcast,
Right.
right? So I just wait for all of it, wait for them to go to bed, do whatever, and fuck it, here we go. Like so I watch the entire series. I don't do this once a week thing anymore.
I saved 3 episodes, and then I started watching every time it came out.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what happens next.
Oh dude, it's such a good series.
Mhm.
I loved that series.
I did too. They do a great job. He's great.
Dude, all right.
Alan Rickman, he's great.
All right. So I watched Blue Mountain State.
Yeah.
Every episode. Of
I
Blue-
did too. That
I
was a
own
great show.
all the DVDs.
Uh huh.
That was a gift for Christmas. Plus, I ended up getting a Than Merrill. Then yeah. No, Thad Castle, and then
Thad Castle,
what
yeah.
was the quarterback? Anyway, so I got
Alex Moran.
Alex Moran. I think I got an Alex Moran jersey for Christmas as well, right? Like, and so, you know, I got all that, but like I've watched, like that's how I watched it was all on DVD. But all right, so the dude was big back then.
Yeah, he was.
Dude is fucking
Way-
ripped now. Like,
Well, it's funny because Thad Castle is so far from his personality.
yeah,
Because he's like very Christian and very.
Is he really?
Oh, very much.
no shit.
Very much.
Dude is 6'5",
Yeah. No, he's 6'3".
6'3".
Because Reacher's 6'5", and he almost didn't get cast because he was 2 inches too short.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude is freaking. What's his name?
Alan Rickman.
Yeah, that's right. I looked. No, Richson.
Richson.
Yep. He is just a massive man.
Yeah, huge.
Oh, he's from North Dakota. That explains everything. So, 42 has a freaking 8-pack, just traps of a freaking like I'm a straight man, I think. But this dude's body, like I like it's funny because I like Terry Crews too. Like
Yeah.
dude is just ripped,
Yeah.
but this dude just ripped.
Caitlin and
ripped.
I met Chris Hemsworth, Thor,
Yeah.
and we got our picture with Thor.
Oh, he's 6'5". No, he's 6'2".
Yeah, so he was too short.
Yeah,
So we got our picture with Chris Hemsworth,
yeah.
and I went back to the Garrison table after getting it. And I looked at a couple of girls and like, oh my God, I love him so much. I'm like, listen, ladies, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't want a dude, but I totally understand why you people are falling over for Chris Hemsworth. That is an attractive man.
Yeah, like gosh, I mean, it's funny because like I like traps. And
Yeah.
my wife hates them.
Yeah.
but like I am all about no neck, just
Yeah.
full straight, like big shoulder.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to be someday. Just I used to tell people I was like I want to be able to feed, have store water right here in the
Yeah.
trap and just be able to pour it over and be like, here's a full drink, right? Crack a beer in there, chug it. But yeah. So shout out to Prime. I mean, I'll take the sponsorship when Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, no shit. He needs to give us some money.
He should.
Fuck that
Just,
guy.
I'm gonna get. I just found out. I still can't pronounce it. Temu.
Yeah, Temu,
Temu.
I think. I
But
call it Temu. Fuck them.
Everybody in the world has called it Temu, and this time they made sure.
They were fucking trolling everybody. They knew everybody was calling them fucking Temu. That's why they had that goddamn commercial 6 fucking times. So
And-
everybody would learn the name. And do we know the name? No.
Temu. But anyway, so it worked. So I ended up buying because they gave you a free gift.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying $40 worth of stuff to get my free gift.
Yep.
I already had 20 something dollars in my basket. So I spent a couple extra bucks just to get and I got a $17 gift. So I tried to get basically a laser for golf
Mm.
because I want one. Because I suck at golf, and hey, why not have a yardage, a
Right.
rangefinder? That's what it's called. Want to have a rangefinder, but even on there, they still want like 40-50 bucks, and I was like, meh. There's one on TikTok I'm thinking about getting because they've done side-by-side comparisons. The problem with so it says free returns, but I've never returned anything. I just eat the cost because it's so cheap.
I got a pair of pants from them
Yeah.
for Mikey's wedding.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it.
Okay.
And they took them back.
Nice. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you ship them?
Just US mail.
Okay. So
And I think they paid for the shipping back.
nice.
So it was not too bad.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Again,
then.
cheap Chinese company, but if you're looking for cheap shit.
I used to import all the time.
Here's the problem I have. Even with the people that are like, well, you don't like Amazon, but you use it. I use Amazon for things that I know I have to have, and I can't get it cheaper elsewhere, and I'm just not willing to pay that price,
Yep.
which again, it defies everything I want to do. But if it's a small business item that I can get elsewhere, like shoe booties are a great example.
Yep.
Blue Shoe Guys sells on Amazon. We buy directly from them. It costs us a little bit more to buy directly from them.
Yeah.
But all the money's going to them. They're not paying half of it to Amazon. So we pay a little bit more to give them the sale because we want them to have the money.
Why wouldn't they give you the discount though?
I don't know. It's not a lot more. It's like maybe $1
Still,
for the whole
why
thing.
don't they give you the
I
discount?
don't know. Maybe they do at this point.
Yeah.
I know when we originally started buying, it
Yeah.
was just a little bit more, and we were like, "Fuck it, we'd rather give them the money."
So and that's what I don't know. I imported from China for so long, paid my taxes, did all the right stuff, and we should. So that brings me to my next point, guys. I know you like hearing us talk and do this type of stuff, but we are looking for topics that you want to talk about. I know that we really much enjoy the Reddit stuff, so we're gonna
Oh,
have a couple of
absolutely.
those coming up. We want to know what guest you want to have on. We want to reach out to people. We still are looking for somebody that has a connection with Betterment. We'd love to have you on.
Absolutely.
As always, guys, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family.
Tell me about your beers.
All right. So started out with the Mad Farmer from Detroit. Actually, it was really good. I liked it as a cider. The Patriarchy I did not like that much. It's funny because I didn't taste the chocolate vanilla or the strawberry. I actually had a metallic taste to it. So like
I did like it.
the can kind of came through way too much, like, or however they did it. But this cookie exchange milk stout, that was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed the ending of it.
This Gaelic ale is not bad than my cat.
Good.
And Mangers is always good.
Mangers is always good.
So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll be back next week with another new episode. We don't know what the hell we're talking about yet. So give us some ideas because we'd love to hear what you think.
You've dialed in.
To Bucks and Brews, you might hear something
You can use.
like tips on your cash or tips on the suds.
You're gonna want to
The
use.
smarts of these
Cause
studs.
they know the
And
brews.
they know the Bucks, and they know they can't help the stubborn fucks.
So listen up, cause shit's not funny.
Save yourself some
Beer money. Bucks.
and brews.
Bucks and
Bucks.
brews.
And brews.
Brews.
Bucks and brews.